Evening, everybody. Nir, thank you very much for the introduction. So, my name is Paul Eagland, and as Nir says, I sit on the global board of BDO International. And just to help you appreciate, therefore, what we actually see, BDO International is 74,000 people all around the world, 160 plus countries, 9 billion of revenue. So we sit in what I would describe as a very privileged position, because we then have 750,000 clients around the world, and we know what is on their agenda. So that's the backdrop, and that's a little bit about my introduction.
Thank you very much, Paul. So, you know, this is a blockchain event. We're going to talk about blockchain. Just for a starter, maybe you tell us a bit about the scope and interest of BDO in blockchain in general, and then we'll dive into the different solutions.
So BDO, again, if you just think about what I've said, we are observing and thinking about blockchain under three particular headings. First of all, we are a huge organization. So we run our business all around the world, and we are constantly looking at innovation for our own business. When should we use blockchain in our own business, and what for? Then the second level is, how should we use blockchain when we engage with our clients? Whether it's the way we audit our clients' financial records, or whether we provide them with consulting to help them identify how they should be using blockchain. And then the third level, of course, is that our clients, those 750,000 clients around the world, they themselves all have innovation on their main board agendas. And under the heading of innovation, you will generally see artificial intelligence, automation, and now blockchain. So we're looking and observing what's going on in the blockchain world under those three headings.
Thanks, Paul. It's interesting to understand, actually, because we're talking about how blockchain is going to decentralize the financial industry. But, you know, top of your mind, if you have any other sectors that are not the financial sector that you think that blockchain can support, so it will be interesting to hear your take about it.
Yeah, so in terms of other sectors, where we're seeing a lot of interest, yes, everybody is familiar with Bitcoin and ICOs, and by definition, they're obviously built on a blockchain platform. So push that to one side. Then, as ever, the financial sector, and if you think my role in BDO UK, the City of London in particular, is thinking about blockchain and how blockchain will be used in financial services. In particular around making sure there's true ownership of assets. It's a big risk, it's a big issue. And then we're seeing a lot of interest from logistics. So for those that have not seen, one of the best clips I've certainly seen, if you look on YouTube, as ever nowadays, the IBM and Maersk project. It's a really fascinating example of where currently, if you look at the simple example of how do flowers get from Kenya to London, there are 200 documents that have to be processed before those documents arrive and everybody's been paid. And this project, with all of the platform and the software being developed by IBM, will mean that that whole thing will be streamlined. There'll be smart contracts embedded in that supply chain with blockchain running throughout to give people assurance that what is to be delivered is being delivered at the right point in time, at the right points in at the right price, etc. So logistics. And then the other huge area is what and I don't know how familiar people are, but even in BDO's own business, we spend tens of millions of dollars a year on something as simple as identifying our clients. So under most countries' regulations, you have to identify who you are doing business with. And blockchain offers a fantastic platform that as it's developed and built over the years, it will save organizations like ours millions, tens of millions of dollars.
Undoubtedly, thanks for that. And I do agree that logistics and in particular the agriculture industry definitely needs some help. Import, export, document to credit. And we heard about, by the way, our last blockchain event on last year, we had Phoebe, First International Bank of Israel representative here, told us about Wave, Israeli startup collaborating with Phoebe and Barclays for this matter exactly, logistics and documentary credit. And I'll take it to Israel as a blockchain hub, yes. Because we see many places around the globe, UK in between them, of course Singapore, Israel as well, that are probably the best blockchain hubs we can find around the globe. Which are the prominent blockchain hubs you see around the globe that maybe we missed?
Well, I think you all know the answer, and I'm going to play to the crowd. Okay, so of course Israel, Tel Aviv, etc., is a hub. And I'll give you a real example. So, as I say, BDO International, we are in 162 jurisdictions. And within each of those countries, most of our BDO member firms will say that they have got blockchain specialists that can help their clients. But as of today, we triangulate our blockchain promotion and development through 3 hubs. Tel Aviv.
yeah, we can. Actually, we can.
London and New York. And it's fascinating, isn't it? Of all of the jurisdictions around the world, the 3 that BDO have chosen to invest in and make sure that we coordinate and collaborate, it's those 3.
It will be interesting to talk about Estonia as well. After the new licensing they're issuing for ICOs, etc. Do you see Estonia as a market as well, or not potential market for tech, but potential market for making business with blockchain-based tech?
Well, so again, Estonia is definitely on our list. And I think this also highlights what we're seeing, which is there's a real opportunity for countries that do not have complicated legacy systems or politicians or regulators with vested interests who may drag back development that you're seeing elsewhere in the world. Estonia is definitely a very, very progressive, very interesting country. And again, our BDO Estonia is definitely on our grid.
Thanks very much, Paul. So before we'll wrap it up here, because we do need to move forward to the blockchain overview by Startup Nation Central. So maybe your last word about Israeli technologies or the most interesting innovations, blockchain-based innovations you saw or heard coming out of our market. What is the best, like, out of your interest? What do you think is the best?
The best of Israel or the best?
Yeah, technologies in Israel, yeah.
Yeah, okay. So, well, look, I don't know enough about the individual case studies and projects that you guys are running, and I'm here this afternoon to listen to that. But what I would leave as a very strong recommendation is as follows. For the last 15 years, BDO International has been the leading firm that's advised organizations operating in, say, the gaming sector, the online gaming sector. And you think, why am I talking about the online gaming sector? For anybody who doesn't know much about the online gaming sector, look at any product around the world. You will generally see that Israeli software is running and operating those platforms. And that has left a fantastic impression, a really fantastic impression on the minds of business people around the world, so that as they know where to raise capital, where to employ people, who they should be looking to partner up with to develop software that is going to be leading edge, you are in the top 3 on this planet. So make the most of it. Good luck, and I'm looking forward to the rest of the evening. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Paul. Thank you very much.